The allergies will get way better now that I'm 52.
I've never had that thought a day in my life.
No.
I've always known it's just going to go to shit.
Rad.
Hey, everybody. There's Mal. The wife.
Daddy.
Father!
GOOOOO rad. I don't know what we're doing. Hold on.
Stray Kids.
Let's start
We're
with
starting with Stray
yeah.
Kids.
Stray Kids?
Stray Kids. So
Okay.
Not to be compared to another group that sounds oddly familiar.
I don't know. I don't. What? I don't.
No.
Is there?
No, because everybody in K-pop, none of them sound remotely the same.
Everyone is original.
They have an exact...
Perfect
they
little
all have a
snowflakes.
Zero influences from any
Right,
other.
because I mean, why would you generalize a genre? I mean, why would you even have certain sections in a record store, right? So I'm
They don't know
explaining this to
what a
everybody.
record store is.
Back in the day, when you go get music, you'd have to go to the store. And you have to buy it, and you go through it, and then you pull it out. And we called it a record store.
And they were God's gift to teenagers.
Oh, they're great. But they had different classifications. So,
Pop, rock, jazz, blues.
but, no K-pop groups don't sound remotely close to each other at all.
They're genreless.
No.
And it doesn't matter if it's a compliment.
It's still fucked.
It's verboten.
And those of you that may have not have seen what we're talking about,
That's fine. We're being petty bitches.
we're just being. It's not quite sarcasm. I guess it is a little sarcasm.
It's petty.
You need to watch yourself before you get checked.
Who gonna check me, boo?
But there are some comments on the internet, so
Whenever I just feel like because first of all, I'm a huge Stray Kids fan. Like
I
I'm
like
a
Stray
gigantic.
Kids.
We're all Stray Kids fans. I would rank them in my top 5 K-pop groups. If I'm comparing a group to Stray Kids, the best compliment I could possibly give a group. It doesn't diminish anyone's accomplishments or anyone's sound or creativity or originality. It's not a diminishment. It's just a way we talk to have a common denominator.
you're making it's comparison. So if you go, that guitar tone sounds like that guy's guitar. It's not saying.
Blasphemy!
It's not saying, and they totally ripped them off.
You're right.
No, it just
No.
says they're kind of similar sounds. Of the boy groups that I can deal with, Stray Kids is definitely probably one of my favorites. If not,
Voices is one of my favorite songs.
it's a good song.
Yeah. And I feel I have a little hesitation doing Stray Kids, and let me just say why. Because for me personally with Stray Kids, it very often happens that I don't like the song upon the first hearing. I did it with Maniac, I did it with God's Menu. I didn't like the songs initially, and now Maniac and God's Menu are 2 of my favorite Stray Kids songs. So
Sure.
Stray Kids is really unique. They're very experimental, they play with sounds, they do different things, but sometimes that's a little disconcerting upon first listen, and it takes you a couple of times to kind of
Sure.
get it.
Some of the songs I love, even outside of K-pop, I had to hear them a few times, and I really
Right.
dug it. So
First reactions to Stray Kids, not necessarily the fairest, because I do feel like their music is kind of on a different level,
sure.
and it does require sometimes some more. I mean, like with Thunderous or whatever, I loved that initially, like immediately. But so maybe this will be.
Sure.
It does look a little brighter than the concepts that we are accustomed to.
Yeah, I
As a
had to
warning.
rewatch the Thunderous video the other day just because, I think, did we deal with it? No, we hadn't reacted. Or the channel wasn't here when it came out, was it?
No.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm.
So,
What?
it's a good song.
It's
but
a great song.
if you were talking about like being experimental or like ahead of the curve or something,
Yeah.
that fashion is
I loved it.
like, I'm like,
I love the fact. I think their sound. They're always so like you said, ahead
Fashion
of the curve.
forward,
They're
yeah.
very fashion forward.
well, I look at outfits like,
they walk the line.
I know they're the performers and they're putting on all their gear and stuff, but I think I've talked about this. Would I wear that in the street?
With Stray Kids, probably not.
I don't know. I remember I've said I would wear that whole outfit.
You guys have a different, when I mean you guys, I'm talking about the
Your children.
female
Twitter.
set. You at least in my opinion, you get more leverage
That's
fashion wise.
But I also think that Stray Kids genuinely push the envelope when it comes to fashion,
Totally.
which I personally love. I think it just keeps them interesting. And they push the envelope with choreography, their styling, their musical sounds. So I'm really excited but I don't think this is going to be the typical heavier, kick-assier concept that we're used to.
Speaking of fashion, I don't have boobs. But when I lean forward...
He's like on my level right now.
But when I lean forward, it totally... Just work with me, people.
So if you just gotta put your arms like
I'm just going to sit like this. Some clip art.
Okay.
Oh.
It's already cute. These little animals.
사건 발생 잊지 못할 사건 치명적인 매력에 홀라 땅 빠져 자꾸 나를 자극하는 넌 출처가 없는 문제야 풀어야 할 숙제야 Can I be a boyfriend 너를 대하는 태도 거짓말 없어 no cap
I'm not complaining.
No.
하고 싶은 말로 가득 찼어 my case 완벽한 표정 멜로디 부족해
Ooh, I love that outfit.
Chan is easily my favorite member of the
Yeah.
group. Also because his arms have, those muscles.
He's full grown.
I mean,
Oh. Ooh.
see what I mean? That experimental, that's different.
That's cool. What's this? Little, like...
A little, like, Roomba kind
Yes.
of.
Okay. This is definitely one of those softer,
Brighter.
vibier
Yeah.
songs, yes. Which I don't hate.
I mean,
I think it's fun.
their rapping and stuff is still on point.
Yeah.
I love this choreography. Look at how in sync they are.
Yeah.
Too. These boys, probably the best dancers in K-pop.
I do love all the little plushy hearts too. Don't hurt him!
Ooh, I love his gloves. How Madonna. I mean, they're obviously going for a cuter,
Yeah,
sweeter.
totally. But it's still on brand to them, I think.
Absolutely. It doesn't feel out of place.
No.
Moving, I'm on my way.
Oh, for a second, I was like, what the fuck happened? Oh.
That's pretty
That was
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I cannot explain this reaction.
It's still hard hitting though. But those dance, the choreo was
The choreo
on
is
it.
so good. They're doing a lot of really cool
Fun, yeah.
stylistic things here.
Oh, and they did that's the sign language. I love you. That's very sweet.
Oh.
Give us the face.
Ooh, I liked how it. Oh!
Oh, that's cute.
All right, hold on. Let me get it back. That's probably one of the best produced videos I've seen
That was cool.
ever.
So that was the most like subdued Stray Kids song, like because I'm
Yeah.
so used to that, doo, 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 you know,
Right,
like
right.
and there was one pronounced like bonk, weird noise, womp,
Yeah.
but usually there'll be 30 of those and they're yelling at you. So that was I think they're legit experimenting
Yeah.
with their sound.
I hate to sound too much like a stan here because I really do stan Stray Kids. I
Cool.
just think they're so talented. They write their own shit. They produce their own shit. I think they likely choreograph or at least have a say in
Sure.
things they're choreographed and their styling. they're so brave because, like, I have to tell you, they take a lot of shit for people calling them noise music or, like, you know.
Oh, that's a good song.
That was really
It
good.
was a good song. And
no massive drop. Like, that's the
No.
trend we're on right now.
it's kind of
weird.
like Pink Venom or whatever. I know I mention all the time, but that middle part.
We know you love
That
it.
middle part, it goes the opposite way we think it's going to go.
And not only that, but I usually, like, I was like, oh, this sounds like Making Trip. Blah, blah. There's not a single song out there I can say this sounds like. I know we just got done saying that no one's completely original or unique.
What are you looking at? You've never seen a hypocrite before?
But that was pretty fucking unique.
It's unique
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Just maybe
Yeah.
across the board. That also felt very fan oriented.
Oh, like fan service kind
Like
of
they're
thing.
very, they
Yeah.
with the whole, you know, all this going on at the end. You know, like
And
they're
then
all
the
trying
little-
to. It more so than like, hey, we're awesome. It's more like it just felt, you know, it's more of a
Well,
feel
so
good, happy song.
what I'll say is, too, I think they really committed to the concept. It was a love song. They don't do love songs often, at least not as, like,
And
title
it's
tracks.
done
Right.
in their style, too.
Right. And it was over the top. It
Yeah.
was kind of gaudy. Like they committed to
Like a
the
little
concept.
campy,
Oh, yeah.
which I love anyways. But
Yeah.
like the big plug, whatever.
But it was beautiful. It
That's
was
cool.
like beautifully edited, and the effects, like the where they're like up against the YouTube, you know.
That was
Yeah,
cute.
that was awesome.
And
then the
Pause,
rewinds.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It felt fresh.
Yeah. And what I love about Stray Kids is, so that's like it's a cheesy love song. It's got the aesthetic of the cheesy love song, but it still didn't feel like cringy young, like
No.
like, oh, where's the actor? You know what I mean? Like it felt very, like you said, on brand. So it's not so sweet and
No,
light
it
and
wasn't
bright.
sappy or weird. It was just fun.
Yeah, I think they walked the line really well of doing something a little maybe outside of what they normally do. I mean, they have songs like that, don't get me wrong, just not usually a title track.
Oh no, I know what a sappy K-pop love song is.
Yes.
Very familiar.
He saw the 17
I
movie.
seen it. I
He
did.
synced it.
Oh, for like 2 hours.
It was all sappy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I would say 8.2.
Oh.
8.2 for innovation and for doing something that none of us would have expected, which was kind of a toned down, almost happy, fun little love song.
And doing it well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, visually as well, that was pretty chill for them.
Yeah.
But actually, I didn't think it was chill at all. I think there was a lot going. It was very cartoony.
But I just saw like their fashion, as I was saying before, like some of those
Also,
outfits.
it was pretty normal fashion.
Yeah, some of those outfits I could see somebody wearing in the street.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I meant like the Maniac spider web belt
Right.
thing. Like I kind of love that. But I also get you can't do it over and over again. Else
It'll be
it's
boring. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the 9, but I
Okay,
have
so you're a
some
stan.
bias
She's a stan.
here.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you can knock maybe like a point off of that for my bias, but
And on my rating scale, 8.2 is pretty high.
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
I'll do 8.5 just to catch it in the middle.
Okay.
'Cause I liked it. It was
Yeah,
fun. I would
no.
listen to it again.
I'm endlessly impressed by these guys.
They're
I
good.
mean, and they're so talented. I can't wait to see what they do when the reins get loosened even more. Like, I feel like their reins are already pretty loose if they're kind of producing their songs so heavily. But, like, when they, like, maybe go off on their own, like artists do when... I mean, I really feel like they're going to become... I mean, I don't mean in a bad way, but, like, a serious artist, you know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Like,
Yeah.
They're going to do... I think they're going to rule the world. And I think they're the next BTS.
Wow. That's a huge. Wow.
Somebody's got to slip into that spot, though, because they're going to
well,
be...
yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna, but yeah, there will be some openings. Maybe we'll get a whole different thing. But yeah, I wouldn't bother me if they reach that height.
Yeah.
That'd be good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has to take the torch
Yeah.
Yes.
from BTS.
I don't think Tamara needs to take us out.
No.
We
Tamara doesn't belong on a Stray Kids video.
we love them.
Yeah, we're good.
Bye.
GOOOOO
Rad.